Good morning, passport holders. Today, July 14th, 2017. Making today, what is that, day 987 of the vlogs? So, under 2 weeks to day 1000. Obviously, I'm not wearing my sunglasses because I forgot them yesterday, much like my badge. I mean, I guess it's going to be one of those things that's just going to end up having to be on a checklist. Or I'm going to have to buy a separate pair of sunglasses that just simply lives in the car, which is fine. So, yeah, what happened tonight? Well, the answer is not much. I think I got a grand total of 15 calls, and 14 of them were technical support for partners. So I couldn't do anything with them. The one call that I did get that was live was someone who, as soon as they heard some of our packages and pricing and things like that, balked immediately and wanted nothing to do with me and actually hung up the phone on me. So, nothing personal, but all told, 15 calls over an 8.5 hour shift. It's not a lot of work. So I perfected a couple of other things. I sat there and I finally figured out how to use Contact Monkey's mail merge in order to send bulk mailings. And so that worked really well once I figured out how to get my comma separated variable or comma separated value sheet imported the right way. They have it in a very specific manner. But once I got that all locked in, I did a test run on 10 of them and it went really, really well. So my hope is that I'll be able to, in my downtime, since I am no longer outbound in any way, shape, or form, but I still really receive outbound leads, which is a weird thing that the company does. Like, the leads that I'm getting on an outbound side are like the lowest of the low. Like, they're not people who have issues. They're not people who need to buy services from us in order to get things to work correctly. They're just people who are like, their stuff is too big versus the plan they have, kind of thing. So they're not really great leads. But if I can spend the time where I'm down between calls when I'm not training people, which has become a thing that I've started to do, technical training and experience, kind of things like that, I'll end up researching those accounts and then adding them to a list, and at the end of the shift, making that the last thing I do for the last 10 or 15 minutes, when I really tend not to want to get a call, because if I do, and it's a successful call, it'll take anywhere from 40 to 90 minutes like it did yesterday, and I don't want to be facing traffic at 7 a.m. ever again if I can help it. So I think that may be the way that I stack my day so that I do my admin work between 5 and 5:30. So that's the plan, that's the play. I'm just going to go back to the house now, snack a little snacky snack, and watch an episode of Game of Thrones, go to bed. So I will see you guys after the long nap. And the good news is that overnight, all the pieces for all 3 Gary talks that were outstanding did come back. So I'm in just a straight QA roll on those once I run the line leveler and do the ripple timing on it. So I'm excited that that's all worked out. I'm not pumped that I had to spend a couple $100s to do it, but it's definitely the right play. The weight is off my shoulders regarding that, because I knew it was just going to be a mountain of work if I did.
All right, guys, I am back up and functional, and I've actually been up for about an hour at this point, hour and 15 minutes, and it is currently 2:35. What have I done in that time? Well, the answer is I took care of this entire house and all of my responsibilities relating to kind of the maintenance of it. I got the mail, I watered all the plants, I cleaned the pool, I cleaned the pool filter. So those things are all kind of taken care of at this point, so I'm pretty pumped with that, to be honest. And then I also split up the Hong Kong Gary keynote that was released earlier today, sent that to the outsource folks. It's 30 minutes long. I recombined the 30-minute HR talk that was released yesterday, did the line leveler on that, so I just had to do some ripple timing and then a final review, so that's going to get done. But the big news is that this morning when I first got here after work, I for some reason cannot get the headphone jack I guess it is technically the headphone RJ9, RJ10, RJ22 jack that is in the back of my desk phone to work properly with my 3.55 millimeter deal. So that a female adapter. Let's not use general terms. So that every time I use that, regardless of the adapters and everything else that I'm using, I was getting complaints from customers about feedback on my headset. So I've decided to spring for a $20 one that seems like it works with the kinds of phones that we have on our desks at the office. I've done a ton of research online in order to make sure that it actually does. So giving that a shot, paid the $5 extra in order to get it delivered today so I can take it in with me so I don't have to worry about that. So I'll test it out tonight. If it doesn't work, then I suspect that it's something that's happening either in the QC25s or the microphone that I bought. So what will I do? The answer is that I'll just buy a headset specifically for the office that is rated to work with VoIP phones pretty consistently and is from a well-known company, Sennheiser, in the audio space. They're about $120, and given the fact that I got my first sale, so I'm getting a kicker on that. But then the bigger thing is that I'm going to have, looks like 3 to 4 hours of overtime on this paycheck, which ends tomorrow. And then on top of that, I'm going to have overtime because I'm going to work 10 days in a row next week or on the next paycheck. So it's kind of one of those things where it's going to kind of all play out. So I'm going to have a little extra money, plus I still am getting paid from my company. Not as much as I once was, but yeah. So $120 for that is not the end of the world if it's something that will increase my quality of life there at the office, which is ideal. All right, guys, I guess I haven't picked up a camera since I got back here. So what has happened? Well, this afternoon has been filled with me just doing a little bit of work. Finished Clintus's 17-minute episode, did my vlog edit, did the upload on that, got that all live. Then kind of hit a lull around 5 o'clock and just was like, okay, I'm just going to watch a YouTube video, kind of let it pass. And come 5:15, 5:20, I was like, this isn't going to pass. I need to go to sleep. So since I was here in my apartment, I had most of my stuff, right? My 2 good pillows that I love are still at Ben & Kamey's, but I had a couple of the older ones from, I don't know, a couple of years back. And so broke those out of the closet, threw them on the bed, went to bed for an hour and 25 minutes. Woke up, felt so much better, took a shower, got dressed for work, and have been piecing together bits and pieces of Gary's talks. So obviously I've got 3 of them that I need to get done in the next couple of days. And so repiecing them together, doing the ripple timing, all this and that. It's so hot here in the apartment though that I tried to do the HR talk, the 28-minute talk that was released yesterday. Got about, I think it was 10 minutes in, 12 minutes in, and my laptop was just overheating. It's just so hot here, even with the AC cranked at max, all the fans going. It's just not cool enough to run this computer in here because it's been so hot in here. I haven't been running the AC constantly like I normally would have been. So that's unfortunate, but it's reality. And yeah, I'm just waiting at this point for my Amazon package with the alternative converter. So I ended up buying an alternative converter, which I may have mentioned earlier, to try and connect my headset into the phone at work. And I paid for the 1-day delivery. It's supposedly out for delivery. It's supposed to be here by 9 o'clock. Obviously, I can't stay here until 9. I can only stay until about 8:25, which at that point we're close enough.
Well, guys, 8:25 at this point, and I was forced to leave. No Amazon package, so there's no way for me to figure out how to get over-ear noise-canceling headphones onto my phone tonight. Obviously, I will be reaching out to Amazon because I shouldn't be paying $5 for same-day delivery if they fail to deliver on the same day. Not the first time I've had that happen, but it is the first time where they've had, I think it was 12 hours, 12 and a half hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, something like that, for them to deliver from the center that's right here. It's 10 miles out, so kind of a weird thing, but it is what it is. Yeah, so at this point, just going to work, hoping for a very normal day, as you guys can see again. Just trying to stay cool here in the car, not sweat into my t-shirt that I'll be wearing today because it's warm here. It's still warm in the car even though I left the moonroof open in order to try and keep things a little bit cooler in here so I'm not walking into a car that's 160 degrees and then trying to cool it down. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it. That's going to be Friday for you. or at least my Friday, and between here and midnight, I'll just be working, which I am super thankful for. Hopefully everything comes together, and it's a chill night, because I suspect it will be. Half of my team is going to be out tonight because they are starting their schedules on Sunday. So they decided to execute today as the extra day off for them. And yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Thanks again for your time and your attention. I appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff. Bye for now.